Welcome to the Nothing Much Just Chillin' Show with your hosts Emma and Julio. Nothing much, just chillin' show. Nothing much, just a chillin'.
Welcome back to NMJC. Hey guys, I hope you're doing well. I am recording this late on Sunday, or not late, it's like 5:30, but the light is going, so if you're watching me right now, I'll probably be in the dark soon, but that's okay. We got the vibes going. I got a candle lit over here, a fall candle. Been really trying to get into the fall spirit, but it is the end of the weekend now. It has been a weekend. Last weekend was LA Fashion Week, and this past weekend was also LA Fashion Week, but it was like a different company doing it. And I have a very unfortunate story to tell today, unfortunately. I have to laugh because if I don't laugh, I will cry. Okay, in perspective, it's not that bad, but it was a huge mistake that I made, and I am just slowly recovering from it. It's a miracle I'm even recording this right now or even like sharing this with you guys. Well, I mean, of course I was going to share it. Like, I was never like, oh, I'm not going to talk about it or not going to tell anybody about this. Like, I've already told some people, but I just made a mistake and I feel very down about it, but I'll get into that later. So last week worked Monday to Thursday, but Thursday was my best friend's birthday. And I mean, as you guys know, last Monday, October 10th, was my sister's birthday, and then my best friend's birthday, Esme, is October 13th. I mean, obviously for Olivia's birthday, I wasn't, with her. I gave her a package. I sent her a package with a bunch of gifts. And yeah, I'm scared if I say what I sent her, I'll get arrested. So we won't talk about that. Esme's birthday was on Thursday, and she actually came to visit me at the Getty, which was really nice. I haven't had a visitor yet, and it was a perfect day. I hung out with her during my lunch break. We had a little picnic in the grass in the gardens, and then we walked around and talked for a while, and yeah, it was really lovely. It was a really, really lovely time. And then she waited for me to get off work. Well, she wasn't just sitting there twiddling her thumbs. She was off in the museum exploring. It was actually really funny because one of the major exhibits right now there is this contemporary artist, and his work, I mean, I don't want to bash it at all, but she sent me pictures of it. I haven't seen it. I was like, oh yeah, that guy has a big exhibit or whatever, but his stuff is like a child could do it, like Julio's nephew and niece can draw better than he can. So I'm sure there's a meaning behind that sort of contemporary art that just looks like scribbled children's drawings, but I honestly don't get it. I don't think I want to. She didn't just see that exhibit. She saw many exhibits at the museum, so that was nice of her to do on her birthday. Just have a little solo museum date, and yeah. So I'm really glad she came because it was nice having her there, and then nice seeing her there on my break and when I got off work. So when I got off work, I took her to a restaurant that was gonna be a surprise. I was like, I'll take you out to dinner. It's gonna be somewhere safe for you. Because that sounded so dramatic. It's gonna be somewhere safe for you. There's just all these dangerous restaurants out there, She is celiac. She is celiac, or she has celiac. You know what? I'm not quite sure what the correct PC wording for that is. I'm sorry, Esme, but she has to eat gluten-free. And you may know already, that's very hard to go out to eat when you have any intense allergy, whether it be gluten, dairy, any allergy, peanut allergy, something that is you're deathly allergic, or if you get if you have even a little bit of it, you get really sick. It's an intense allergy. So I am always scared to take her out to eat places because I don't want anything to hurt her. And like when I cook for her, when I invite her over to cook, like I'm like doing the dishwasher like 3 times to make sure that like everything that I would use that day to cook for her won't have any like residue of gluten, because gluten is like sneakily in like a lot of things. Like some sauces will have wheat, and yeah, and Julio cooks pasta and burgers, and we have a fair amount of gluten in our apartment. So anyways, we went to this restaurant that was actually all gluten-free. Like the entire menu was gluten-free. And I read all the reviews and they were like, yes, take all your celiac friends and family members here. Like there's no worry that anything could go wrong, that they'll be sick. And I was like, that is what I love to hear. No anxiety about her getting sick over the food at the restaurant, because you know it could be so easy for a restaurant to have like a dedicated section. I mean, not saying it's easy, but like I feel like a lot of restaurants that, especially like vegan restaurants, because there is like a fair amount of like vegan, gluten-free, dietary like Crossroads, you know? So I feel like, Crossroads, like that's one of Julio and I's favorite restaurants, but I don't think I could ever take Esme there, even if they have gluten-free options, because I'm just not sure if they cook things separately. But I feel like it would be easy to, and I wish restaurants would like have that like on their menu, like, hey, like we cook the gluten-free stuff separate, or we can, in case somebody has like a bad allergy. So I don't know, hopefully things get more accommodating, but yeah, it kind of worries me that like it's not already that accommodating like here in LA, because I feel like this should be the most accommodating place for gluten-free. So the restaurant that we went to is called 401k. Very strange name for a restaurant, but whatever. I'm here for it. You won't forget it. They are not all vegan. They have meat, I think fish, possibly. They have dairy, but everything is 100% gluten-free. And I'm vegan. Esme is gluten-free and vegan. So I made sure that they had like a fair amount of vegan options, and they do. They had like 5 or 6 vegan options. And it was amazing. It was honestly like such a vibe. We got seated in the back patio, which was like super like European vibes, and it was really beautiful, and it was a really nice dinner. We had, what do we have there? Oh, they have gluten-free vegan focaccia bread, and they serve it with this like sun-dried tomato sauce. Oh my God. It was exquisite. I would go back there just for that bread. It was so good. And it was just like so nice to like sit there eating bread with Esme for like the first time. It was solid. Like it was a solid experience. And then we also got these artichokes, and they were like pan-fried artichokes, so good. And then we got like this spaghetti Alfredo thing that was vegan as well. And yeah, we had a really cute dinner date. And then we came home, and Esme's boss had gotten her 12, I think. Yeah, a dozen cupcakes. A dozen cupcakes for her birthday from Erin McKenna's Bakery, which is an all vegan and gluten-free bakery. So no surprises there either. But that was really sweet of her boss to do that. And yeah, and we ate like all of them, the 3 of us. We tried all the different flavors. And Esme slept over, and we watched Nick Kroll's stand-up. Oh, what is it called? I don't know. But Nick Kroll's stand-up on Netflix, I think. Anyways, you all know what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like it's been advertised a lot, and I like see clips of it on TikTok. But yeah, Nick Kroll is amazing, and that stand-up was so fucking good. So I encourage you guys all to watch that. It was so funny. So then we get to the next day. And we're chilling in the morning, and we walk Esme home. Yeah, I have a really chill day. Like, I try to just chill because that night I was going to be going to Fashion Week. As you guys know, I love shooting film, and I, talk about it on like, oh, I don't know how the photos are going to turn out. Like, oh yeah, I don't know, guys. I don't know. But it's like, I know. Like, I don't, but like, I do have faith that they're going to be good, and that like I did all the right things to like make sure they were like exposed correctly and composed well. And I don't know, like I just like I have faith in myself, I guess. I have confidence in my film photography abilities, or so I thought I could be confident in them. Oh my god, this is gonna be like really hard to talk about. It's like I'm making this so much more dramatic than it is, but like it actually, like my heart is broken. My heart is broken in a million different pieces, and I just like I'm really upset, but I'm just gonna try to get through this because I want to tell you guys what happened so that you can learn from my mistakes and know that even professional photographers make the dumbest fucking mistakes. Okay, so Friday night, I get there, I sneak in, right? That's a running theme here. Nobody emails me back. I'm like, fuck it, I'll just sneak in. Julio drops me off. It was actually within walking distance, the venue for this Fashion Week. So he just walked me over there. I went through the back door. I just went up straight up to security, and I was like, oh, is the backstage is downstairs, right? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And I just walked downstairs and then started taking pictures, because my friend, I do have a friend. A friend is a very loose term. Like, I just met this person, but this guy, Brandon, he's a photographer, and he is very nice. And he told me that he could get me in because he knew the people in charge or whatever. But he just wasn't there yet, so I had to sneak in. So I went down, I started taking film pictures, and I was only taking film pictures. Like, I ordered film, like hundreds of dollars of film for this weekend because I wanted to take all film photos, because I took like some digitals the last week's Fashion Week, but I just always end up liking the film photos the most. And I don't know, I just love film. Like, I'm just in love with film photography. I mean, now me and film photography are like enemies at the moment, but I was such a fan. Oh my god. And so I'm there. I'm also, before this, I was like looking online at like iconic like fashion photography shots, like looking on Pinterest, looking at my saved photos and being like, okay, I'm going to keep these things in mind when I'm shooting tonight. I want these types of pictures. I want this type of vibe. I want models not looking at me. I want it to be very like documentary and like candid photos. And I had this whole like vision of like what I wanted my film photos to look like for these fashion shows. And so I get there, I'm shooting film, shooting roll after roll after roll after roll, and it's been, well, also Brandon showed up eventually and he gave me the pass, so then I wasn't walking around passless. But thank God nobody came up to me and was like, where's your pass? Yeah, so that was lucky. But anyways, so I got my pass. Yeah, I'm just going around taking pictures, seeing models that I've known from before, seeing models that I'm now friends with. Like, it's a good vibe. I'm getting like the most, or so I thought, like the most like iconic shots that like I probably have ever taken. Like, I'm thinking like, while I'm taking this is the best shot I've ever taken in my life. Like, I'm saying that to myself in my head. I'm like, I'm getting emotional. I took 6 film rolls. I have 7. Yeah, I had the 7th roll in my camera, and then Julio came and picked me up because we were going to our friend Danielle's album listening party, and her album comes out this Friday. So we heard it a week before, which was really cool, and it's really good. She's an amazing poet, and Julio did the first song on the album, played guitar on it, and then the last song on that album, he did some instrumental stuff for it too. But yeah, the whole thing is really fucking good. Yeah, it was just such a nice night, and I was like, oh, like thinking like, yeah, I got like the best pictures ever that night that I've ever fucking taken. Super excited, super happy, good vibes all around. Friday night was great. And then Saturday rolls around, obviously, and and I wake up around like 9, and I want to get to the film store when they open at 10, so I leave my place around 9:50 or whatever. Get there, drop off my 6 rolls of film. What is 6 times 15? I don't even want to know. Don't fucking tell me how much. No, I know how much I paid for that shit, but so I go there, I drop my 6 rolls off at the film store. Gold, 1 hour photo. Shout out to them. They're my favorite film store. And I am just doing everything that day to just keep my mind occupied, you know, like just going on a walk, like doing some work, watching TV, chilling with Julio, like just doing everything to distract myself from just the anxiety / excitement of like waiting for my email back with all my film scans. And then I see that I have a missed call. And a missed call from Gold 1 hour photo only means one thing, and one thing only. It means that something about your film is messed up. That's what it means. That's what it means. So I was just like let out like just a moan. Julio was like, what? And I'm like, so I call him back, call the guy back. I'm like, what is it? And he goes, all of your film is black. Because you used the wrong shutter speed. This is like, oh my God, I'm going to go through this like really fast because I know, you know, I'm a girl. I don't talk about gear. No, I'm just kidding. I don't talk about technical stuff. No, but I fucking should. I should have fucking known that you have to have your camera on a certain shutter speed to use flash on a film camera. I should have known that, and I didn't. And you know what? Now I do. I learned from my mistake. And it's so crazy because my film, my flash, when I put it on my film camera, it automatically shoots the pictures at 125 shutter speed. So it always does that like automatically for me. So I just never, even though my camera's not like a point and shoot, like it's a professional film camera, like it's still, when it has the flash attached to it, it goes to 125 shutter speed. But for some reason, and like I've never had a problem before, like this has never happened to me before, ever in the past like 3 years that I've been shooting film. But that night I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, this is strange that I can like change the shutter speed. Like that's like, I could never do that before. Like it's usually stuck at 125. And like, I wasn't sure like what that meant before, like what happened. And I don't even know why my flash was letting me go to those shutter speeds anyway. Like, I guess I must have pressed something, or I don't know what I did, but I did something to have it not be like that. All my film was blank. He sent me like 6 pictures that were just like, it was like half the picture, like the other half was black. So basically my shutter speed, or like the shutter, was too fast before the flash, if that makes sense, instead of getting the picture when the flash is flashing. Oh my God. Who let me be a professional photographer? This is like the worst. This is the worst explanation ever. But basically the shutter was too fast for the flash, so it didn't like catch that moment. It caught it like before, if that makes sense, I think. Anyways, my film was fucked up, and those 6 rolls, yeah, down the drain. Just down the drain. I'm getting a refund though. Like he was like, yeah, I'll refund you. So that's good. But I won't get the refund from like that film that I bought. Like, you know, because film, you have to buy the film cartridges, and then you have to pay for the developing and the scanning. You know, it's like a 2-part process. It's fucking expensive, and it adds up so quickly. And I just don't have the money. I mean, of course, these are purchases that I can like write off, and it's like for my business and investing in myself, and, you know, investing in the like possible best pictures I've ever taken in my whole life. Oh my God, I'm so upset. I'm so upset. I was crushed. Like I was so sad, and I was almost like, I'm not gonna go tonight. Like I was like saying to myself, like, how can I go tonight, Saturday night? Like I'm so sad. But I'm like, you know what, Emma? You gotta put on your big girl pants and put the shutter speed back down to 125 and get on with it. Get on with it. Take as iconic of photos, more iconic of photos tonight, you know? And I did. I mean, I sort of did. Like, I mean, the whole time I was just like, ugh. Like I really liked the Designers Friday night better. And yeah, and just Saturday was more hectic, and I don't know, it was just, so I only took like 3 or 4 rolls of film. And then, oh my God, the worst part, I haven't even gotten to the worst part, guys. I was backstage. Julio was coming to pick me up in like literally like less than 10 minutes. And I was like, okay, let me get one more film roll in. And I take out the film roll that I'd used up, put it in my backpack, and then put in a new one. And then I tried to close the back door of my film camera, and it wouldn't close because it had somehow broken in that 1 minute span. Like, what the fuck? What? It's like, it's not even Mercury retrograde. There's a lot of other planets in retrograde right now, so that could be why. Or it could just be like, my camera was just like, oops, sorry, we're gonna die because we're gonna punish you for the mistake that you made the day before or something. I don't know. But I was just like so fucking over it. I was like about to cry. With all these people around me, I was like, are you fucking kidding me? And I luckily had my point and shoot film camera. It's just like not as good quality obviously as my professional one, but I'm like, you know what, I'm just gonna take this last roll on this one, fuck it, whatever, I'll deal with this later. So I gotta figure out if it's worth it to get it fixed or fix it myself, like get the replacement myself, or just get a fucking new one. So yeah, I'll go drop off my film tomorrow after work, and hopefully those were good, but I don't feel as good about those as I felt about my ones Friday night, which is very sad. I'm working through it. I'm trying to cheer myself up. And I think a way that I will cheer myself up and hopefully just like transition this podcast from a somber one to a positive one. Because I hate being negative, I hate complaining, but like, what the fuck? What the fuck, Emma? Like, how did you mess up that bad? Like, how did I mess up all 6 film rolls? I can't. I'm so mad at myself. I'm so angry that I didn't know that, and I'm so angry that I decided to be like, oh, I can up the shutter speed, like no problem. Like I wish I just kept it. You live and you learn, guys. You live and you learn. That's a fucking theme on this podcast. And I will never make that mistake again. The giant pro of this all is that this was not a paid gig. Like nobody besides like the models, like I feel bad because there's a lot of models that like my photos, which is really nice and flattering, but I feel so bad that I don't have those pictures for them. But you know what? They have there was so many other photographers there. They will get other pictures from other photographers. It's fine. It's not the end of the world. It's really just on me. And I wasn't like paid to be there. Nobody is waiting for my pictures. Like, it was all just for me. So it's really just me who has the loss. But you know what? I was saying this, I'm like, oh, these are the most iconic pictures I've ever taken, but they won't be the most iconic pictures I'll ever take. And I need to remind myself that. I need to, because if I don't, I will cry. So yeah, so let's transition this. Like, I want to talk about things I'm into right now, okay? I feel like I would listen to a lot of podcasts that have like these lists of like what they think is in and what they think is out. And you know what? We're just going to go all in on the ins today, you know? We're just going to talk about the things that I've been loving. And I think that that's going to be the best for both of us. I think, you know, me and you. I think that's going to be the best for us now. Okay, let's get this started. I have a list of things that I love right now, okay? In my phone. Let me pull it up. Dairy Girls. The new season just came out and we started watching it last night, and that really cheered me up. Dairy Girls is it is so good. It is like such good comedy. I love it so much. I love the accents. I love all the characters. Like, it is unhinged comedy, and it's just amazing. Like, if you've never watched Dairy Girls, give it a try, and I promise you will have a laugh. Another thing, oh yeah, I already mentioned Nick Kroll's special that we watched with Esme. So good. I want to rewatch it though, because I was like kind of falling asleep at the end. For the girls, I'm gonna say like what my favorite beauty you know what, I don't know why I said for the girls, for the guys too, for anyone. Like I said before in I think episode 2, like, doesn't matter who you are, you can always benefit from learning and knowing about cool, new, awesome skincare and makeup beauty brands, you know? It's not an all girls thing, you know? I've been loving skincare. I've been trying to like clear my skin, just keep my skin healthy. That is like, I don't know, a thing that I like to do now. A thing that brings me joy. Like, I never go to sleep with makeup on, and I try to do my skincare every night. In the morning, I just use like moisturizer and sunscreen, but sunscreen is so important. Always wear sunscreen. Julio never wears sunscreen. And I always tell him to. And I'm telling you all now, wear sunscreen every single day. Even if you don't go outside, you still need it. You have to reapply too. And I don't always do that, but I try to. My favorite skincare stuff. Ooh. Why do I feel like a beauty influencer? No. Okay, I've already talked about this before, but this is my favorite lip balm. The Summer Fridays lip balm. I gave my sister one of these for her birthday. And it's the best. Let me put it on. Boom. That's all you need. That's all you need. There's different, I was going to say flavors. Scents? Different scents? Flavor? I don't know. This one's vanilla. But there's like, I got my sister like the brown sugar one. I bet it tastes good, but I don't know if you can, it's not meant to be eaten, Emma. Whatever. Anyways. Okay. This is my favorite moisturizer. Honestly, I've tried so many expensive moisturizers. Like, so I don't even want to admit that, but like, I've tried so many expensive moisturizers, and this is the one that I always come back to. And I think it's like $14, maybe $16, something like that. And it's the Versed Dew Point Moisturizing Gel Cream. I get it at Target, and it's my favorite moisturizer. This is what I use to take off my makeup. The Super Berry Dream Cleansing Balm from Youth to the People. I'm literally like holding, like, if you're watching on YouTube, like, I look like a fucking jackass. Like, I look like, why am I like, and this is my cleansing. But anyways, I'm just guys, we're just trying to talk about happy, chill things on here after my fucking wreck of a weekend. Yeah, it's got hyaluronic acid and flash melting formula. Yeah, I I put this on my hands and I mix it around in my hands, and then I put it on my face, like on the makeup, and just swish it around. No water. Swish it around. I'm using such technical terms here. And then you get the water, and then you add it to it, and then it like becomes kind of like milky, and then it, you know, takes off your makeup. And then I use the other cleanser from Youth to the People, the green one, the kale one, for the other cleanse. Yeah, double cleansing is also really key in skincare. And this is my favorite facial oil. I love facial oils, but this one's the one that I think has, it's just like, it's my holy grail. Like, I have bought probably like 20 of these in my life in the past like 2-3 years, maybe even more. I don't know. It's the e.l.f. All the Feels facial oil. I'm pretty sure it's like $11, and I get it at Target. Last like skincare thing is this Kosas spray that I just got. I love the brand Kosas. Like, I have a bunch of makeup products from Kosas, and I really wanted to try this because it's vegan collagen spray. It's called Kosas Plump and Juicy Vegan Collagen Spray-On Serum. Like, I'll spray it on right now. I'll do it right now. Don't tempt me. No, just kidding. Kosas. Refreshing. It's really great. Like, I just started using it yesterday, and I used it like under my makeup and over my makeup, and my makeup looked really good for like the first time in like months. That I actually was like, oh, my makeup looks good. Like, because before that I'm like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm so bad at this. Moving on to makeup, I love this Saie. Is that how you pronounce it? Saie? S-A-I-E? I don't know. But it's called their Slip Tint, and it's like a tinted moisturizer, and it has SPF in it. And so, yeah, for some extra protection. And yeah, I really like it. I've been using this instead of like heavy foundation, because foundation's just not the vibe anymore for me personally. For other people it looks good, but I feel like for me it just like looks too cakey / I just don't know how to do it. Honestly, I really don't. So this is a great hack for lazy girls who just don't know how to do makeup. Then I just got this contour stick from Merit. Merit is another brand that I really like, makeup brand that I really like. Look, it looks so like nice and buttery. Anyways, it's a really good contour stick, and I've been trying it out. And then another thing from Merit that I love are these blushes. This one is my favorite so far. It's Raspberry Beret. It kind of gives like the EOS like lip balm like vibes. Like it's giving that, but it's better. And it's like, you know, you put it on your cheeks, and if you're like me, you put it on your nose and everywhere else, because I love blush. But that is from Merit as well. And then the last beauty thing, I know you men out there are like, oh, come on, this is so boring. But let me get through this. Okay. Airbrow. This is my favorite brow product. I've never tried the Anastasia Brow Freeze, so I want to try that. But I use the Refi gel, or the Refi brow stuff, and then I put this in, and I really like it. Airbrow from Kosas. Again, Kosas. So the brands were Kosas, Youth to the People, e.l.f., Merit, and Saie. Those are like the core brands that I use, and Versed for the moisturizer. Another thing that I've been into right now is caffeine. Just because I've been busy, and like I've just had to like work, but you know, I'm like working before work, I'm working on the way to work. If Julio's driving me, I'm working at work, like doing work at work, and like my work at work. And then like, you know, working on my lunch break, coming home, working more, and it's just been a lot, and I've needed caffeine. Like, I usually maybe have like a matcha a week, but I've been having like matchas, coffee. Julio makes really good coffee at home, and And yeah, it's been getting me through. I used to not drink coffee at all. Like I really don't like having to depend on a substance. But I just need to right now, and that's just the way life is right now. And I just have to accept that I need a little caffeine. I need help right now. Yeah, because I'm really busy. Like, like I said in the last week's episode, I love how I was like, yeah, my career is going very well. And I'm like, then I mess up 6 film roles like Emma. Fucking life just humbled me real fast. Okay, so caffeine, really into it. Oh, I'm really into like a dirty chai too. I love dirty chai lattes. They're my favorite. Along with caffeine, I'm into another substance, weed. I mean, I'm sure you guys all know that, but I've gone like in and out with weed throughout, I mean, since I was 17, but like the past few years, like pandemic wise, like when, anxiety is like heightened and I don't know, just been going through a lot, so I haven't wanted to like rely on weed / like smoke a lot of weed to like numb my feelings, and it just, I don't know. Often when I smoke weed, I get paranoid or I have anxious thoughts or I go in a downward spiral, and that has just been like a pattern the past 2 years, quite honestly, where I get to that point where I'm like, okay, I don't remember a time when I smoked weed and like felt okay and like happy, like how it's relaxed, like how chill, if you will, like how it's supposed to make you feel. Like I can't remember a time. It's only making me feel bad and worse. So I'm gonna stop, and I go on little breaks. And so that was happening to me before I went to the East Coast. Like every time I would smoke weed, I was like, what are all the ways that I could die? Like that kind of vibes where I'm like, what? Like intrusive thoughts, like to the max. I'm like, what is going on? And then we went to the East Coast, and I didn't smoke every day that I was on the East Coast, but I did smoke like a pretty fair amount, but I definitely took like a huge break from it in terms of like how much, and not every day. Yeah, and I think before I went to the East Coast, I was just really nervous about New York Fashion Week, honestly, and I was just maybe like anxious about like all the travel and like all the things we had to do, and I don't know, we just wasn't working. And then ever since we've gotten back, and especially like the past like 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks have been really great for me because I've gotten really good feedback from this job that I really, really like and I can't talk about, but I've gotten really good feedback from the person who I admire, and it means everything to me, and it's like made me so fucking happy, and it's let me know like, oh, like I mean, I know I'm good at like what I do, but it's just like a whole other feeling when like other people who, are hiring you like really value you. And honestly, like I'm just very grateful, and like it's a really nice feeling. So I've had like a confidence boost the past like since I've gotten back from the East Coast, and within the past like 2 weeks, like I would say like my confidence is like finally starting to like steady, at least, you know what I mean? Because my confidence was like pretty low before. Like I didn't have much to work with before, but now I'm like, okay, I'm good, and other people are seeing it too, and I don't want to like always go off of the validation of others, but fuck it, like we're all human. Like I'm not ashamed to admit, like it's nice when people say you're doing a good job, when you are doing a good job and you're like busting your ass. So it's nice to be recognized. Every time I smoke weed now, like within the past like month, mostly 2 weeks, I have really been like training my brain to like not go into like downward negative spirals, and not it's like I'm like therapizing myself in my mind, like, oh my god, like everything's great, like you're doing well, you're good at your job. Like when I was with Esme, I'm like, oh, this is such a great day, like I'm so glad we could do this, like I'm so happy to have her friendship, like, and I was just, that's just one example of like one of the nights when I was like smoking weed, and I was like, okay, like life is good. Life is good. Things are going well. So I thought, but whatever. We're just gonna forget. We're just gonna forget what happened about my fucking film roles, okay? Life is going good. And it's sweet. And I am like getting my positive mindset back, or like training myself to be more positive, because it's been hard the past few years. And I'm sure it's been hard for a lot of you as well, but it really is like, it's hard work to train your mind to have a better mindset. And I think it was never weed that was the problem. It was me and my emotions and overthinking and lack of like saying what I told myself I was going to do, if that makes sense. Like finishing things, like it's crazy how like finishing things that you wanted to start or like started, like just adds to your confidence, because you're like building blocks of confidence by like accomplishing things that you said you were going to do. You know, keeping your word to yourself, I think, is very, very important when it comes to anything in life, but you know, mainly your confidence. So I've been really enjoying just weed, but not every day. Not every day. I'm trying to take some days off, especially during the week when I have to wake up early for work. Okay, last thing, I'm really into saying that things are the highest form of art. I'm pretty sure I said that on the podcast. Like I was like, Love Island is the highest form of art. I probably said that on the podcast before, but I love saying that shit. I love being like, Love Island UK is the highest form of art, when it's like so not. I mean, art is subjective, so it's my opinion, you know. Who's gonna say that I'm wrong, you know? Because I know I'm right. That's the thing. It is the highest form of no, but I don't know. It's just like a funny thing to say, and I like overarching statements like that. So yeah, so that could apply to like anything, you know what I mean? Like the grilled cheese that I made for Julio today, that was like 3 types of vegan cheeses with like the best bread from the bakery at Whole Foods. Like that is the highest form of art, I think. I didn't even taste it, but I could tell when he was eating it. I'm like, oh yeah, that grilled cheese, highest form of art. Another thing that I think is the highest form of art, Emma Chamberlain's YouTube videos. I love Emma Chamberlain. She is my favorite. And I love watching her YouTube videos. They're so calming. And her latest ones are just like, I mean, there's no other way to say it. It's the highest form of art. Honestly. It's getting late. I'm losing light. I'm going to be in the dark soon, guys. That was this week's episode. And I'm so happy that you guys gave me song suggestions. Thank you so much if you did. If you didn't, you still can, you know. DMs are always open. Like I'm always open to hearing what you guys like to listen to, because I feel like you know me and you know what I would like. So super down to always hear whatever you guys are listening to. I'm currently listening to Nessa's new album, Nessa Barrett, who I met last weekend. Crazy. Anyways, her new album, Young Forever, is so fucking good. I love it. I also love Madison Beer's new song, Show Me. The music video is incredible. I love my friend Mila's new song, Over. Incredible. I've been bumping that song. Like, it's so good. And then, like I said, Danielle, our friend, her album comes out this next Friday. And yeah, Julio, sorry, Jay, I haven't listened to it yet, but Julio said that your band, Jay, Blue Light Bandits, just came out with music, so I gotta listen to that. That's on my roster of things I gotta listen to. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And throwing it back to myself, there's no one else here. Going back to maybe Emma Chamberlain. I don't know. I don't know like what transition I'm trying to do right now, but the question that I want you guys to answer for me for this week's episode, you know, again, DM, text, call me. You can just be like, you can just call me and be like, hey, this is my answer, and then hang up. That's totally fine. The question for this week's NMJC episode is, who is your favorite, or which famous Emma is your favorite famous Emma? Don't say me, guys. Don't say me until I'm actually famous. My favorite famous Emma is Emma Chamberlain. I know she's not like a celebrity, but she's a celebrity to me. And she's, you know, she's got her Architectural Digest. Did you see her home? Like, she's fucking famous. You know what I mean? But if we're talking like celebrities, like, honestly, like, I can't even pick one. And that's a valid answer if you want to tell me that you can't pick one either, because I love Emma Stone, Emma Watson, Emma Roberts. I don't think I know too much about, but Emma Thompson, like, you know, there's so many famous Emmas. So there's probably ones that I don't even know of. So you tell me who your favorite famous Emma is, please. I would love to know. And you can give me your reasoning or not. It doesn't matter. Okay, guys, it was a pleasure chilling with you this week, and I really hope y'all have a great week. And remember to check your shutter speeds when you're shooting film with Flash. And I love you all so much. Thank you for listening. Bye.
Nothing much, just a chillin'.